Well, Halloween is less than a week away, and if you've got decorations up, there's a good chance some of those include bats. But did you know that every year, the week leading up to Halloween is celebrated across the country as Bat Week? And did you also know eastern Iowa has the highest diversity and abundance of bats across the state? A lot of it has to do with the forests and the caves. Joining us now to discuss how batty we should all be over these flying mammals is Stephanie Shepard with the Iowa DNR. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me to talk about one of my favorite subjects, bats.
Okay, so what type of bats do we have right around here around the QCA? And really, can you talk about how important they are to our lives?
Sure. Bats are in Iowa, we have 9 species of bat, and we can probably expect all of those to occur around the Quad Cities area and in southeast Iowa. As you mentioned, the forests and the natural caves in eastern Iowa are really conducive to bat populations. And, bats are kind of one of those silent helpers out there in the wildlife world. They're out there catching and eating lots and lots of insects and are really important to the ecosystem. And generally, most people don't end up interacting with them or even seeing them, but they're really doing a lot of good in the world.
Okay, so I had a few people in the newsroom that were really interested in this interview because they've had bats in their house this year. How can we at home keep the animals safe, but really also our families? Because we know it's illegal to hurt or to kill bats, both in Iowa and Illinois.
Sure. So bats actually are all bats are protected, except if in at least in Iowa, except if they're in an occupied building. However, if you want to do the best job you can to get bats out of your house, the best time to do that is during the fall, during the transition between sort of the summer, when they're having babies, and then when they go into hibernation or are migrating. So that fall period, there's a lot of folks out there, or nuisance wildlife control operators that can come help seal up your house. And like with any wild animal, they can carry disease, so just try not to handle them. And if you do absolutely have to handle them, make sure to wear nice thick gloves.
Yeah, that's what a couple people here at work figured out this year too. Okay, Stephanie, before I let you go, I wanted to play a rapid fire round of debunking some of the battiest rumors out there. So first up, will we typically see bats around Halloween or no?
Probably not. We did have someone comment on our Facebook post that they had seen a bat, but that's kind of a late flyer. By this time and Halloween, most of our bats are either headed into a cave somewhere to hibernate or they're headed south.
That's good to know. Another one is, are bats actually blind?
They are not. And actually, they can see just fine, but they also have this superpower of echolocation, which sort of supplements their sight so that they can hunt at night.
Okay, last one for you. This one I think is so cool. We know bats love moths and mosquitoes and bugs. Do you have any numbers of how many bugs a bat colony can catch in one night?
Sure. So one colony of big brown bats, for example, can eat up to 33 billion corn rootworm moths in a year. So they can really put a dent and keep that population down, and are providing services for anybody who's fighting corn rootworms in their fields.
That was billion with a B.
That's a billion with a
Oh
B.
my gosh, just like the bats. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.